I got a question from Andrew. He said, is college football salvageable or is it just too far gone? What does Commissioner Pate say? Well, Commissioner Pate, in the future tense, says, Andrew, let's calm down. CYT, if you know what it means, you know what it means. Let's just calm them for just a second, man. I need to speak to you as a friend, because we are friends, but I need to ask you, is it really that bad? Is college football really that bad? Hey, I'm not asking you, is it perfect? I know it's not perfect, but there's something I noticed last year in our quality control as a show. May I even say as a university here at Pate State. In our quality control, which is this thing we do right before the season where we assess everything, we noticed that from the months February through Jesse, about June or July last year, there was like a disproportionate negative tone that our mailbag took. We do a lot of mailbag episodes in what casuals would call the offseason. Well, we don't have an offseason. We do shows all year. It's college football year round. But what we noticed is when we took Q&A like this, and there aren't games going on, and there aren't, things to distract you, which is what games do every week, some people just start thinking existentially in May and June and July. And it always ends up this doom and gloom type vibe. And if you didn't know anything other than what our mailbag looked like in these months, you would think, oh, dude, college football's cooked, man. We're going to get to August and no one's watching. And then we get to August and the TV numbers are through the roof. Now, if you watch the show, you know the last person to argue that TV ratings equals good decisions is me. I'm the first one to say, don't be using TV ratings to gauge the health of the sport. TV ratings are good to gauge the decisions of a generation prior. So you don't need to teach me about that. But at the very least, I think when we got to August and September this past year and we saw the metrics, both from our show but also just normal television viewership, we realized, I think there's a certain kind of person that asks questions of the show in February through June and July, and it's the kind of person who probably loves college football to death and therefore is disproportionately more likely to see the flaws, to see the negatives, and to magnify them. So, Andrew, I think what we need to do with college football, for anyone asking things like, oh, is college football salvageable? We need to have a serious conversation about the difference between flawed and broken. Because I would ask you this, Andrew, is college football flawed? Yeah. Any good thing out there can be flawed. College football may be flawed, but it is a long way from being broken. So for all these folks who ask, oh, is it broken, man? Is college football salvageable? Well, let me hit you with this. What would you do if you lost college football tomorrow? Because I've had broken things before. I mean, if you got a car that's rusting, sitting out in your driveway, and it's totaled, and you're just looking to get rid of it, and someone comes and steals it overnight, are you really that upset the next morning? You may have even made some money in insurance, but you're not upset. You lost something that was broken. But if all that's wrong with your car is the door's dented and one of the tires was flat, so we got a donut in the back left rear, but they stole it overnight, I'm still really upset. Now, your wife could walk in and say, what are you upset for? That car was messed up already. It was messed up, but it was far from totaled. That thing was getting me to work every day. I love that car. I've had that car for quite a while. I grew up with that car. Well, how do you feel about college football? Because I promise you, Andrew, you just asked me if this thing's salvageable. I promise you, if we lost college football tonight, you would weep tomorrow, right next to me. College football's not broken. College football's flawed. If it's broken, there's probably no fixing it. And if something's broken, the real test of whether it's truly broken is how upset are you if you lose it? Totaled car gets stolen, no one's upset because it was broken already. I have no use for it anymore. Hey, quick time out here. Are you subscribed to the channel? It doesn't cost anything. It's free. Please do it. It helps us maintain the show at this level. That's it. That's all I got. Back to the clip. But you just steal a slightly damaged car, and I'm really upset. And I'm filing claims, and I'm calling the cops because you took something that while it was flawed, it still had a lot of value to me. College football's got a ton of value to us, even with its flaws. It's still the greatest sport on the face of the earth. So I get the frustration. I talk about it on this show all the time. Andrew, you know, you knew how to reach us, so I assume you watch or listen to the show. I get the frustration. And your frustration is probably the same as mine in a lot of cases where it's like you see the warning sign and you drive right past it. And then there's a second warning sign. And it feels like you just speed up. And we're sitting in the back seat yelling, might we want to stop? At the very least, can we slow down? We probably need to be a little careful here. And what you're trying to do is what any sane human does, and that is take preventative measures before the crash so that we don't have a big cleanup on our hands after the crash. That's the nexus. That's the genesis of the frustration. I understand. I have the same feeling. But the good news, if I can deliver any, Andrew, if I may be so bold as to give good news on the college football front, is the realization is there. As recently as today, like 4 hours ago, I had a pretty substantial meeting with some pretty substantial people. Jesse doesn't even know about the meeting. He's looking at me right now. He doesn't even know about the meeting. It's okay, though. These are the kinds of people whose voice really, really matters in not just the college football space, but the media space, period, and the college athletics space, period. There is an understanding of the problem and the fact that there are problems and that action needs to be taken. Now, understanding's not enough. That second word, action, that's what has to happen. But if your fear is the powers that be, whoever that is, nameless, faceless though they may be, if your big fear is the powers that be are just ignorant to all of it, I can alleviate your concern there. They're not ignorant to it. Now, it's a little different immediately addressing problems in college sports relative to pro sports because of the tangled web of legalese and all sorts of matters that the pros don't have to deal with. I think action will be taken eventually. So I understand, Andrew. I understand. That's why I put the question in the show. I get the frustration. I get the source of it. Your source of frustration is the same as mine. But no, college football is not broken. College football is a long way from being broken. Long way. Maybe we'll tell stories about this one day. Academy Sports and Outdoors. Famously not broken. Academy Sports and Outdoors is very much put together. And they very much have everything you need for, I don't know, like a solid 98% of the activities you could do outdoors, especially if it's recreational and or sporting. But also, I mean, camping. It's recreation, I guess. It's not sport, but you can still go and get you a really, really nice tent or a really nice grill at Academy. Now, of course, you could go get yourself a hockey stick. You could go get yourself a baseball bat. You can go get gear for the entire team. You can do that at Academy Sports and Outdoors as well. You can get you some Big League Chew and other assorted goodies in the checkout line. And if you can't get there in person, you can go to academy.com. They have all these things for you. Most important to us is Academy has had our back, and they've had it for a long time. And they've been a long-time partner of the show, and we appreciate them. And if you like the show, you could have several reasons to appreciate Academy. Number one, because they make it possible for us to bring you the show. Number two, they also happen to have a lot of stuff you need, whether you like the show or not. So, judging by your viewership, I assume you like the show. But even if you hate the show, you'll still love Academy.